Today, we are talking about the spring equinox, or AKA Ostara. So let us jump right in. So you're probably familiar with what spring equinox is. And if you're not, I'm going to tell you. It is basically when the light of day and night are equal. So there are four times of the year that most people mark. There are other times, but the two solstices, right? The winter solstice, which is the shortest days, longest nights, and then the summer solstice, which is the opposite. Now, this is for the northern hemisphere. If you're in the southern hemisphere, it's opposite. So the summer solstice is the longest day and the shortest night. And then the equinoxes are over here on the sides, and they are the equal points. So we've been just coming out of the long winter, and finally the days and nights are about the same. And then from here to the summer solstice, the light continues to grow, right? We're in this cycle of growth, and that is really what Stara is all about. So the equinoxes and the solstices are more science based. I want to say they're science based, but indigenous peoples and peoples back thousands of years ago have been celebrating these times of year to honor the sun, to honor the new life and the harvest and all of that. So Ostara is named after the pagan goddess called Esther years ago, many years ago. And it's about fertility, it's about new life, it is about baby animals. And guess what? Bunnies, because bunnies are very prolific and they are a sign of fertility and life. And so I believe, and you can check this out if you want, that Easter came in to replace Ostara, though Easter is on different days. Ostara is always on the spring equinox. So either March the 20th or 21st, depending on the year. This year it's on the 20th. And so this is the time of spring renewal, plants coming back to life, people coming back to life, seeds being sown, and just a celebration of the return of everything we love to look at, right? Plants, flowers, the flowering trees, the leaves on the trees, and all of that. So it is, for me, a very exciting time. My birthday is in March. I'm totally into this time of the year as feeling like I'm coming back to life and having this renewal of energy. And that is really what we're supposed to feel, right? The sap is rising back into the trees. The shoots are coming up from the ground, and everything is so vibrant. If you notice the green of spring, it is that yellowy, bright hue of green. And I love to watch the colors of the leaves change. And if you don't already know this, the red of the leaves is already apparent. We think leaves turn red, but you can look up the process of that. It's very interesting. And as the leaves go into the summer, they darken into a much richer dark green. So that's why everything to me looks so vibrant and alive. It has this glow to it from the spring. And maybe I just feel that because I was born this time, or maybe I just love coming out of a gray winter and having the sunshine and the beautiful colors coming up from the flowers and all of that. And as a gardener and someone who is a cut flower farmer, spring is like, yay, it is the life of all my flowers in my gardens, and I start to see a lot of growth. And honestly, in the last 2 weeks, I've noticed a lot of growth on plants that I planted in the fall that I was like, these should be much further along. And suddenly I looked yesterday and I can't believe the amount of growth just with some warm days and some spring rains. So here are some things you can do to celebrate this time of year, the equinox or Ostara or just Easter. You probably already have your own type of traditions. What I love to do on spring equinox is to plant seeds. It's something that I started doing years ago. And whether I'm planting seeds in my garden for vegetables or flower seeds, usually I've planted my flower seeds, but I do have some things out there I could plant. One thing I love to plant is cat grass or oat grass. And it is just like a really nice green grass that grows up very quickly. It will germinate within less than a week, and you will have beautiful, tall green grass that you see around Easter time. And I buy a big bag of it, and actually, the cat loves it. So it doesn't go to waste. I put it in little teacups, I put it in little bowls on the table, and I put my eggs all around it. It just feels super springy, and it'll last a really long time. And you can start cutting it and give it to your cats. And after a while, I'm like, okay, the grass needs to go out or it starts to not do so well. You could transplant it outside, but sometimes I put it in my window boxes and I have it all coming up and have some little eggs that we've blown. Blowing eggs is another really fun thing to do. If you've never actually blown eggs, it's really fun and it's not hard to do, really. You just need some eggs, and you can, I know eggs right now are not an easy thing to find, but in the past I had some blue and greenish eggs from a friend who had local chickens, and we blew them, and I have a whole bunch of them, a whole dozen of them. And literally, you just have to take a pin and make a little pin prick on one side of an egg and then a little bit bigger on the other side and blow with a straw and blow out the eggs. And then use the insides for baking. You can use them for whatever. Don't let that go to waste. Make a big omelet and use the egg whites and the egg yolks out of it, but blow them out and then let them dry a few days. And you can paint them or color them or any of the traditional ways, or if you have a really pretty blue, or even those brown little speckled ones are super pretty and look really natural. And I keep them, a lot of them, I keep some out in my kitchen in a little old egg basket, and I transfer them out around this time. I put the blue ones and then I put the brown ones back. But it's really fun to do that kind of a thing. And something else is really fun and easy is to make a little altar or a nature table in your home. So we used to do this when the kids were young, and I just am constantly bringing flowers and things in anyway. But I don't have anything really fresh right now, but I have a little thing of flowers sitting on my desk. Bring some branches in. I have some forsythia that I force every year. They're just about done now, but I cut the branches and bring them in when I can just see the buds, and then I let the yellow flowers come out, and then when the leaves start to come out, they're pretty much done. But look around your neighborhood. There may be something that's about to bloom. A lot of the almonds are blooming, the quince is blooming, the forsythia is blooming, if depending on where you are. Some of those early flowering bushes and trees, you can cut a few branches and bring them in. I love that they last a long time. Just keep the water changed every few days or so. Bring in bulbs. I cut some daffodils and had them in on my desk. We're done pretty much with the daffodils now. They lasted a good week. So bring in some nature, bring in some things that are just coming back to life. Anything like that that you want to bring in, even some stones or shells or whatever you've got going on around your neighborhood. It's nice to see some new color and put that on a little table, or sometimes people put a little cloth. We have some little silks that we used. So we use the purple this time of year, or a brighter color this time of year. We have a bright, like a goldy orangey color, which is real pretty, or a pink, and put that and put a little vase with some flowers or the branches and your eggs and some things around the grass or whatever. And it's a beautiful time to celebrate. And it's not just one day, right? Like spring is 3 months. So you don't have to worry about, oh, I've already missed the one day. Like I celebrate the whole year. I change up my decor in my home. I put away those heavy blankets and bring in more lighter stuff, brighter things. I have some cherry blossoms I had bought on Amazon about 4 or 5 years ago, and I just brought them out and put them in the vase. They're like a nice silk flowers. It just looks so nice. I change out some pictures, put my bird pictures out, bring out my little nests. I have a bunch of those little nests and a couple actual nests that I have found and saved. And I put those around with some little tiny eggs or something in them. And it just, as I gaze around, it just looks springy and gives me a little uplift in my energy. So lots of stuff happening on that front with the energy. I'll do another something about all of the cosmic energies that are happening this time of year. The veil is thinner on any of the equinoxes and solstices. From what I've heard briefly this time is that there is a lot of energy coming in to move us forward and to really make some significant changes. So lots of light coming, I thought I heard someone even say that one of the telescopes, and I can't remember which one, Sirius telescopes, had noticed that there was a lot of flashes of light and stream coming in. And I can't remember what it's called, the Schumler effect or something, where like the protective shell of the earth thins and allows more of this light to come in. And light is energy and light is information. So we are getting a lot of new light codes and new things coming in. There's a lot of happening in the cosmos, Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde, lots of Neptune moving, and a lot of things going on over there. So check all that out if you're into astrology. There's a lot happening. It's a big day for cosmic energy and for the earth energy. The wheel is turning once again, and it's my favorite turn of the year into spring, where it's just like the beginning of the beginning. That's what I feel. So you guys have a great time celebrating, and I will talk to you in the next episode. All right, bye bye.